Really आगे विकास करने में भी करा रहा हुआ हाँ कोई नया नया स्कीम बना रहे हैं हाँ कुछ बना रहे हैं सही है हाँ बस यहाँ पे फंसो हाँ उनको क्या प्रॉब्लम
Welcome to the third day of our qualitative research journey, where we continue our exploration into the depth of this fascinating field. Today, we are fortunate to have yet another distinguished expert joining us, Dr. Nikhil PN. With a master's degree in social work and population studies and a doctoral pursuit that led to a PhD in demography, Dr. Nikhil's academic journey has been marked by excellence. His dedication to qualitative research is evident through his involvement in teaching and training students and researchers. Dr. Nikhil has coordinated various programs on advanced qualitative methods, further demonstrating his commitment to fostering a deeper understanding of this field. We thank you, Dr. Nikhil, for sharing your expertise with us today and for being a valuable part of our qualitative research odyssey. So let's dive into this day's discussion with curiosity and enthusiasm, knowing that Dr. Nikhil's insight will enrich our understanding of qualitative research. Thank you for all for joining us and participating in this event. Let's begin our exploration anew.
बहुत ही बढ़िया कल मजा आ गया फर्स्ट वाला तो मुझे सिस्टमैटिक लगेगा
Hi, thanks for the invitation. Can we start now or shall we wait?
You can start, sir.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible. We can wait for 2-3 minutes more so that some more participants may join.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Still my slide visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah.
Dr. Nikhil, we can start now.
Okay, thank you. Slide is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Before, yeah, sure. Thank you. Okay. Last 2 days sessions were about introduction to qualitative research, right? Plus participant recruitment and data collection methods. Isn't? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So before that, I would like to know about the usually the participants' background. Are they from social science background or management background or from other background? Or
Sir, it's a mix of both social science as well as management.
management, yeah. Thank you. So today here I'm going
Excuse me,
to,
sir.
yeah, sure.
There is a double voice, thundering kind of.
How about now?
The same, sir.
I can hear you clearly, sir.
How about now? What about the rest of the participants?
It is clear, sir. It's clear.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's start. So today I'm going to deal with the qualitative research design. Through the software Atlas TA. It's a kind of a software for qualitative research purpose. So let's see. My session basically is based on the textbook. Name is Qualitative Research Methods by Hennig, Hutter, and Professor Bailey. Professor Bailey is supposed to be your last day section. Hello. Am I audible?
I don't know, sir. This problem is
Your
from
voice
my
is
end.
breaking.
Am
No,
I
sir,
audible?
your voice is breaking. Now
My
it is
Yes, sir,
audible.
your voice is breaking.
Voice is breaking.
Dr. Nikhil, I'll suggest
Yeah.
you stop the camera and then speak.
Okay.
Then
How about?
And I think it will be still better.
Hello now. How about now?
It's clear to me.
It's same, sir.
Then I will go out. I will come back again once.
So now it is clear.
Hello, am I audible now? Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me share screen.
So it seems we are studying in mountains.
Mountains.
Voice is echoing.
Okay. I don't know how to solve it. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
clear.
sir.
Yeah. Slide is also visible, right?
Yes, sir, slide is
Yes,
also
sir.
visible.
Yeah. So yeah. Also what I was telling about today I am going to deal with 3 parts of qualitative research. One is how to design qualitative research. Second one is data management and analyze part. And if possible, if time permits, we can. Hello.
Sir, please go ahead. We are able to hear you.
Yeah. If time permits, we can go through the software Atlas TI. The session is basically based on the test qualitative research method by Hennig, Hartran, Bailey. Slide change it now.
No. Same slide.
Same side.
Sir, click on the next one. Now it is changed.
Now it's changed. I think some lagging. Yeah. So you might be aware about this because in qualitative research, basically we study about people perception, opinion, and feeling. I hope last day or Mala Madam class or last day, you might be knowing about this. So basically in qualitative studies, we study about process, how people make decision on various aspects or various phenomena. So also it is very important to know in a particular social cultural context how people behave in a particular way. So the qualitative research basically we focus on people perception, opinion, feelings, process, and socio-cultural context. Qualitative study also give voice to people. That's why this is echoing participants' voice. That's why we call it a emic point of view or emic perspective. So otherwise, in other quantitative studies, we usually call it a ethic perspective. In qualitative study, it's called emic perspectives. If you want to study very complex, sensitive phenomena like about HIV/AIDS, then you should, to explore more detailed way, then we go for a qualitative study. So these are the just basic introduction before going to the detailed part. So there are 2 different types of approaches, or we can say paradigms. So positivism and interpretivism. Qualitative study comes under the paradigm interpretivism. So usually in quantitative studies comes under positivism. So in positivism it tells about various facts which can be observed. At the same time, in qualitative researches, we focus on people perception, meaning, and interpretation. Here we more in qualitative research, we more focus on interpretation of people's behavior, their approach, how people how their feelings, what are the different meanings they attach to some different feelings. This kind of study, or then we call it the interpretive approach or the qualitative research. So in quantitative study, we
Sir,
basically
could you please
Yeah, am I audible, David? Sir, can you please switch on the slideshow mode so that
Hello?
this screen. Sir, I'm asking you to please, can you just put your this PPT slide on the slideshow mode?
Oh, it's not changing, right? Now it's okay.
No, sir.
No,
Actually,
sir.
she's asking if you can put the slides on slide mode.
Yeah, it was on slide one, which now it's slide
It's
more.
slideshow. Slideshow
Slideshow.
option
If
is
you
there
can the
on the above of the taskbar.
Okay.
file, then
From beginning.
insert, design. There is a
No.
slideshow.
Yeah. Now it's now it's changed.
Yes. No.
Yes, sir.
You
From
need
the
to click the
beginning, you have.
slideshow.
Yeah, from the beginning. I click on from.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now it's changing.
Not yet. Sir, click again. From beginning.
Sir, at the right hand side bottom, there is that screen kind of icon, no? Just click over there. That plus minus thing is there, 74%. Before that plus minus thing. Before that, there is
This one.
It's an icon.
Yeah, that's slideshow.
yeah, that's slash.
That I get. Yeah.
It's not still happening. I think it's not working in your pasty net.
Oh God. Now it's a.
No. It is same.
Now it's in which slide?
It's in
The
first
way-
slide.
So okay, sir, you can go on, no issues.
No, then how it's possible.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, you just have to come out of the presentation mode, presentation share mode, put that on slideshow on your desktop and then share. Perhaps that will work.
Stop sharing.
Is it working, sir?
I'm working on sharing.
Okay. No, it's not. I think so. We need to carry on with this only. We can increase the slide size from 74% to perhaps a little bit more bigger.
Now it's changed.
Yes.
Now.
Yes, sir. You can go ahead with the same.
Now which slide?
It's on
Yes,
fourth.
sir, it's fine now.
Now you can see the qualitative and quantitative slide.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
It's readable.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Fine.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. So what I want to say in qualitative search, usually in quantitative search we say about value free objectivity. At the same time in qualitative research we can say it's a subjectivity oriented one. Yeah. So in that case we know there are a lot of subjectivity associated with the qualitative research. Suppose from your background onwards till you analysis data, different kind of subjectivity involved in qualitative research. So as a researcher, we have to aware of it. We have to reflect our subjectivity or our background, how our background can have an impact on our research. For example, suppose if you look into into a social work as well as anthropologic aspects. Suppose if you look into a research question of a social worker, as of that of an anthropology, what we can see, usually a social worker, when they formulate a research question, so that is mainly about problem solving. At the same time, as sociologists or anthropologists, when they formulate research question, mainly about understanding a phenomena into a deeper manner. So that is one thing. And other things, when we go for a data collection, suppose in case of in my case, so I have conducted my research for PhD in different old age homes in Kerala. So so when I go to an old age homes, that is in Kerala. As a person from Kerala, so I am an insider, but at the same time, I am not a person living with the participants or the old age people there living here. So for them, I am an outsider. So the social cultural perspective, I am also an insider as well as an outsider. So as a researcher, we have to reflect this insider position as well as outsider position, or how this can have an impact on our research. This change it? Hello?
Yes, sir. It's
Yes,
now
sir. Yes, sir.
7.
Yeah.
Qualitative research design?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's move to qualitative research design. So in this design cycle, we will look into how to formulate research questions, how to formulate research objectives, so concepts and theories and qualitative research, and how to frame a conceptual framework for your research. So we'll go through an example. So how do you formulate your research questions? Usually, what are the different sources we can accessible if you formulate a research question for your study? What are the different sources?
Based on our objective, we formulate research questions.
From where you identify research question?
So from a problem statement, we can identify the research questions.
From where you
Once
get
we
this?
frame the
Okay. From where you get there is a problem existing?
So either by review of literature or
Yeah, from existing literature, right?
yeah.
Yeah, fine.
And
So,
from industry practitioners.
yeah, so from different sources we can formulate a research question. You'll get an idea there is a research gap is there, so we can formulate this kind of research question for this gap. So different sources, so can be like a existing research publication or other research project, or from our everyday observation, from our everyday life. So relevant issues or problem in our present day society, which can be seen in our newspaper or from policy makers. So there are different sources we can have different research questions. So we'll look into that. So let's go to the example. I hope the slide changed it. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here we are going through an example how to design qualitative research. So this example we look into our main objective is to gain in-depth information on perception of couple or women and their partner regard to having children. So this is a simple objective for the research. So I am coming from a demographic background. That's why my examples are from demography perspectives. So this is, and these objectives has been divided into two, three research questions. So first research question is, what are couples' perception about having children? Second one is, how do couples make decisions regarding their family size? Third one, how is family size embedded with the socio-cultural context? You can see it's a perception, the red marked words, perception, decision, and socio-cultural context, right? So in that case, that means it's a qualitative research. So we look into other set of research questions. If possible, can you read any of you can read these research questions?
Okay, I'll read.
Yeah.
What is the average number of children couple want? That's the one question.
Yeah.
What is the influence of education on having children?
Yes.
What is the effect of education on having children?
Okay, but this is enough. This is enough.
Okay.
First three questions, enough. Okay. So how these three questions are different from the previous slide? This one.
This is the general questions, and those were the specific questions.
Yeah.
Specific questions will have the specific answers.
Yes.
For example, what is the average number of children? It can be 2, it can be 3 or 4.
Yeah.
That's a specific number.
Yes.
That's the difference, specific and general question.
Okay. So if, other than now it's in the specific, right?
Right, it's a specific.
Yeah, specific. Okay. So these specific questions, what type of research design required for this to get an average number?
Can you repeat question again?
So what is the average number of children couple want?
It can be specific numbers.
Yeah, I mean, what type of research is
can be multiple choice?
So it can be descriptive research design.
Yeah, this is a average number is a quantitative type of study, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you able to? Is it possible to do a quantitative study with these research questions?
No, sir, this is qualitative type of questions where the people's perceptions and decisions is being asked.
Yes, that's I wanted to demarcate. I wanted to tell you. So through this both we can achieve the same objective, right? Maybe. Yeah, but for a qualitative research question, when you formulate a qualitative research question, you have to keep in mind that in qualitative research we wanted to know people's perception or meanings associated with some kind of particular behavior, the decision making process, how people behave in a particular socio-cultural context. Whenever you wanted to know about people perceptions, decision making process, social cultural context, their opinions, suppose if you want to know a large range of people's opinion, their experiences, then we go for a qualitative research. So otherwise, if you want to go for like a prevalence, average number, influence of A on B, effect of A on B, in such type of study, then we depend on quantitative research. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir. Yes.
yeah. So at the present, for qualitative research, we formulate these research specific general research questions. That is, what are the couples' perception? Some noise is coming. Yeah, thank you. So these are the qualitative type of research questions we can formulate for qualitative research. So then these are general research questions. So now we move to next stage. So we'll go to literature. So I took this example from the book written by Henrik Hutter and Ajay. So this, I felt it's a very simple example. That's why I took this from the book. So next stage, we'll go to how to identify different concepts, or how to redefine or refine this research question to a specific one. This is for average quantitative type. Yeah. So in order to conduct the study, so the research is they go through different theories. At last, they find a suitable theory. This is a theory of reason action. So this theory tells that people indulge in certain behavior. So this behavior can be seen as an outcome. Suppose if it is seen as an outcome, there are different intention is behind this particular behavior. So among the intentions, people's attitude, subjective norms, and perceived behavior control or determining people's outcomes. So in this particular case, having children, that is our objective. Why people want to have children? That's perception on having children. So having children is a outcome here. So then we want to know what are the different attitude of people, whether people like to have kids, whether they need son or daughter. If son, how many son required? If daughter, how many daughter required? These are kind of different attitude. This attitude also again determined by their educations, where they live and everything. And as per the literature, second part of intention is subjective norms. In this particular case, this is influences from others, like their parents. Parents may think that they have in-laws or mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, or brides or woman's mother or other close relative have influence in the decision-making process, whether they need kid just immediate after the marriage, or that they can have wait for a long time. So these are the subjective norms influence people decision making or couples decision making on having children. Again, perceived behavior control is the third intention, can have influence people decision makings. In this particular case, like how we can see, say whether the couple are capable of, if they're required for a contraception or temporary contraception or permanent contraception, if the couple are able to go for a permanent or temporary contraception, that is like their autonomy or agency in decision making, in carrying forward their wishes. So So this is the theory of reasoned action. The researchers took this theory into the particular context of this research on how how couples perception on having children. So then they redefine or refine this research question based on the new theories. So now it's look like what are the subjective norm of couple about having children. Second research question, what are attitude of peoples regarding having children? Third one, what are the perceived behavior control regarding having children? Fourth one, because we also want to know how the people decision making embedded in a particular social cultural context. So we have a next one more research question. How are the perception and decisions about having children embedded in a particular social cultural context? So with the help of new theories, we refined our research questions in a much more better way. So here you can see the all research questions. That is, what are people's perception, decision making, social cultural context. But so in that way, now we have different concepts we have identified with the help of literature search and with the help of a theory. So what are different concepts we have identified from the theory? Now having children, that is the outcome, that's a one kind of concept. Second is attitude, that is also part of the theory. Third one is subjective norms, that is also part of theory. Perceived control behavior, also part of theory. Fourth one in cultural scheme or cultural meaning system. So based on these 5 concepts, we are going to draw a conceptual framework. So people cultural meaning system, how people and how attitude, subjective norms and behavior control will act for the outcome having children. This is the conceptual diagram or conceptual framework we draw for the research. So what we can do next is we'll make our research tools, data collection tools like focus group discussion, in-depth interview guides, everything based on this conceptual framework. Because conceptual framework essentially contain the concepts which include our study. So an effective conceptual framework allows the researchers to identify different components of the research, important components, to help us to focus our study. So help us to focus our study, and importantly, with the help of conceptual framework, we develop our data collection tools, SGD and in-depth interview guide. So when you format in-depth interview guide in FGD, you have to make sure that all the concepts in the conceptual framework will be addressed. That means there will be a question about all the concepts in the conceptual framework. So I wanted to ask you. So are you able?
One question.
Yes, yeah.
So what is the difference between conceptual framework and theoretical framework?
Is theoretical, basically around same there. Conceptual way, usually you have this diagram framework. When you write about it in a descriptive way, it will be your theoretical framework. Sometimes this is before this you formulate before the study conducted. Sometimes if you are writing for a theoretical framework for already conducted study, after the study conducted, you are formulating a theoretical framework. Sometimes you may record deductive concepts. So in a theoretical framework, you may have more concept than the inductive conceptual framework.
And so based on conceptual framework, you have shown inductive and deductive frameworks both. Can you
Yes, I am.
throw light on that?
I am coming to that one. So
Okay.
up to this, this call is a deductive conceptual framework. You know why it is called deductive conceptual framework?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay. In qualitative research, deductive means from theory. Yeah. So you can have a deductive research question. In inductive means from data. So
Yeah, from observations we are coming to a theory, and in deductive, from theory we are coming to particular observations at the end.
So yeah, that means at the time of your formulating research question, you go through different kind of literature search, identify different concepts through literature search. So based on the literature search, you identify different concepts, right? Yeah, these are the different concepts identified with the help of literature search, existing literature, right?
So basically, this is a model of any paper before starting writing a paper or before starting a research study. We can make a conceptual framework in which we can explain all the variables that we are taking in our study.
Yeah,
right?
if you are doing a quantitative research, we can call it a variable. If it is a qualitative research, it can be a concepts.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So this is So this variable you get all this, you get the idea about all these variables by existing literature, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that's why this is called deductive. This is coming from existing theory. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We got it.
Yeah. Okay. I want to know, are you able to understand how these concepts have arrived for this study? Having children, attitude, subjective norms, perceived behavior control, and cultural schema. From where this came?
So from existing
From
literature.
research question and theory.
And
yes, exactly. That I wanted to know. So from existing literature and theory. Yeah, that's why this is called. That's why this framework is called the deductive conceptual framework, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Based on this framework, next step is what we do. We develop research tools. In the case of qualitative studies, what are the different tools we can do? Yesterday your class was about research tools, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what are the different types of research tools for qualitative research? What we do usually for a qualitative research? We do survey.
In-depth interview, so.
Exactly, very good. In-depth interview. Yeah. And one more, other important one.
Focus group discussions.
Focus group discussion and the in-depth interview. Yeah.
Observation.
Yeah, observation also. or you can have a participant observation, non-participant observation. Yeah. So these are the different qualitative research tool for data collection. So for like FGD and the in-depth interview, or we prepared a guide. So this guide is based on this deductive conceptual framework. Suppose when you are developing a in-depth interview guide or focus group discussion guide, you have to make sure that you will have questions about all the concepts in the conceptual framework. So that means all your concepts in the concept framework is going to address through the research tool. If you miss a question about attitude in the research tools, so you are losing information about attitude.
So do we need to include all these 5 concepts while preparing or taking in-depth interviews?
Yes, we have to include all. Yeah, that means we are not asking what is your attitude towards having children. That is not asking. Yeah, we may ask in a different way. We may have 4 or 5 questions for one
So
concept.
can you give example, one question from each concept?
Yeah, suppose sometimes some questions can be interlinked to different ones. Suppose, for example, attitude. So we can ask.
Grapes Cisco.
Yeah, something. What is your opinion about having son, or what is your opinion about having daughter? Suppose they may answer like, they may answer like, I like to have more son, or I like to have more daughters. So that is their attitude towards son and daughter. Suppose. So then we go much deeper into why you wanted to have more son than daughters. Yeah. So then we will get a much deeper understanding about why people have a particular choice on son or daughter. Yeah. Likewise, subjective norms, when we say subjective norms also have there's community norms, like suppose in South Asian context, we can say so what usually in a rural area, what our family wants that after marriage, within 1 or 2 years, they prefer for a son for their grandson. So for community also wishes much more 1 or 2 kids in 5 years after marriage. So this is a kind of a subjective norms. So people usually start to ask. So it's after 3 years you are married, you are not having children. Why? What happened? So this is a kind of a force upon this. This is a community norms that also have an impact on people's decision making. So then when we ask questions about subjective norms, so all are the people ask you about having kids? What did they say? What was your reply? So such a question we have to ask. Then we automatically address the concepts subjective norm in the in-depth interview guide or focus group discussion. This way we have to address all the concepts in your conceptual framework.
So as we show relationship between variables in quantitative studies, do we need to show relationship between concepts in qualitative studies as well?
That is sometimes possible. Maybe usually, yeah, that is possible. When you are doing your analysis, there is a kind of a technique since there we will go for a comparison across different codes or categories. You have heard about the codes and categories?
No.
Yeah. So when you are doing research, qualitative research analysis, your first step is we will go for coding. Second step is categorization. So we can have there's a technique like we call it as a coding categorization. Then it will link to themes. Then different people have different sets have different codes. So different codes put together become a category. There we may have different categories. So there we can have a comparison across different codes, comparison across different categories. That is possible. In there, when we do comparison, and then we will get an idea about how different kind of concepts are interlinked with each other. At the time of analysis, we will get an idea about how different concepts are interlinked. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is called a inductive conceptual framework. So based on this prepared in-depth interview guide and they conduct research after
So but the
after
model
data
seems
acquisition.
same.
Yeah, more than same, right?
No, I'm saying model seems same. As you have shown the inductive and the deductive conceptual framework, they both seem same. What is the difference in the model when we see them?
Yeah, okay,
Or
okay.
how
You
can we
got the
differentiate?
you get what is the outcome here?
Having children,
Here,
still having children,
only having children.
having sons as well.
Yeah, that addition of son.
So means we have added one more outcome in this.
Yes, because of particular social culture in that particular social cultural context, son preference is there. Yeah,
Even
maybe
if
this
the
is,
one outcome is added, it would the model
yeah.
would be changed.
Yes,
According
one
to
more.
that, it will be
Having son
differentiated
is the new. Having son is the new concept added.
And we are
Yeah.
talking about more specific things, more specific outcomes.
Yeah, so yeah, that is more specific. Yeah, so that doesn't mean that doesn't mean their daughters are unwanted, but they have more preference towards son because of different social cultural context. If you go to deeper into the different cultural schema, you can see cultural schema, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is, they have different arguments why they need more sun.
Yes, sir.
You can read this. Take care at old age home. Also take care at old age.
Take care old age, light the lamp, to
Yeah.
burial grounds, last rite status.
Yeah. So daughters also are required.
Yeah, for daughters it is look nice in house, help mother, cry for us at death.
Yeah. So they have two sons wanted, one daughter wanted, parents want son, elder waiting sons. So from the data what they have find that from different angle, from different parents, elders perspective, community perspective, there's a son preference exists in the society. So additionally having children, new concepts are arrived. That is having son. That is predominant in the society. That's why new concept added. That's the change in the inductive conceptual framework. Also, we'll get more idea about what are the different subjective norms existing in the society, what are different cultural schemas or cultural meaning system exist in the society regarding having children. We will get more idea on each attitude and also the outcome, changing the new outcome. So this is inductive conceptual framework. This is after study. This is before collecting data. So this is the way we have to. We started where we started. We started here to gain in-depth information on people's perception on women and their partner. Then we get a general research questions, qualitative research question, people perception, decision making, social cultural context. So then we search for literature, then identified a theory suitable for the study. So in that theory is called theory of reasoned action. In this theory, there are different concepts identified: having children, attitude, subjective norms, perceived behavior control. And also we are studying, we wanted to know how people's behavior is a particular socio-cultural context. So we added one more concept, that is cultural schema or cultural meaning system. So based on these 5 concepts identified, we formulated a conceptual framework. Based on the conceptual framework, we developed research tools like in-depth interview and focus group discussion, and we collected data.
How to identify a theory?
Oh, that is that there is no shortcut in identifying a theory. That we had to read a lot of literature. Then sometimes we may directly take a theory. Sometimes we mix one theory with another theory. Depends on. Then sometimes we will get some concepts from one theory. Then we'll mix together. Then we develop our conceptual framework, our own conceptual framework.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So. And again, it depends on through what lens you want to look. Suppose if you want to look into a feminist perspective, usually you go for theories on feminism, how gender power relationship varies across different society, a suitable theory, such theories. Okay. So my first part is over. You have any question? Otherwise, then we can go for, if for question, we can address that question, and we can go for next session on data management. Hello.
Actually, sir, no resource person takes it deeply to make us learn how to identify a theory, and we get stuck there.
Yeah, this is we cannot say how to identify. Usually, how do we identify suitable theories? We have to read a lot of literature. From the existing literature, we identify theory. So there is no shortcut to say how to identify theory. Sometimes we adopt a theory as such. Sometimes we mix different theories.
Okay, sir.
For in the example, we can say there are 2 different theories that mixed. One is theory of reasoned action plus another theory of cultural meaning system.
And the concepts which we take out from that particular theory are available in the software in which we are going to analyze our concepts?
No, I think you have most of the people have a kind of a wrong notion about software help you to analyze qualitative data. There is not such software like quantitative research. You can run a regression, you will get a value there, p-value, something, then you just interpret it. So that's very nice. But in qualitative research, there is no such software is available. But we use software to manage our data set for easy, better way.
And Vivo?
Whatever the software you use, they only help you to manage your data.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. The real analysis comes from the categorization. Then after coding categorization, then comparison across different codes. That's a manual process only. But
Okay, sir.
yeah. Software won't you recommend any particular theory? So rest of the things, identifying theory for your research before at the study starts, and after the study starts, you will get a lot of what I say analyzed part. Then you have to link this theory to your that information, new information what you have collected. So that is the theory development in your session. Usually, I think Professor Ajay will take about how to link theory to your research, to your new information.
To new theory development.
Yeah, usually we are not going to. So it's not like we are developing entirely a new set of theory. It's not like this is like a modification of existing theory in a particular cultural setting. Likewise, what we have seen sun preferences, right? Like yeah, that is just an addition, but modification of a theory for the particular society. This theory may not be, or this socio-cultural, because the socio-cultural context is different. Suppose if you go to conduct the study in Africa, we won't get the sun preference there.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
So that's why we can say usually quantitative research, what we say. So the research should be repetitive, right? Answer should be repetitive, reproducible. But the same result can be reproduced for a qualitative research because of socio-cultural setting, different socio-cultural setting. People have different behavior. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then we go for 10 minutes break and back for data management session.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Fine. Hello, let's start.
Yes, sir.
Beginning, you can see slide.
Yes, sir.
Now change it.
No. No, sir. Yeah.
Now change it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, to go this way. That's okay. So when we analyze it, so this is about just a description about what is qualitative data. You know now it's a textual data. How any of you have experience with the qualitative research before? You have any experience with the qualitative research? What I mean, whether you have conducted in-depth interview or focus group discussion, whether you have transcribed the data, any kind of experience in transcribing or translating the data? No. So before before analyzing our data, we have to prepare our data for the analysis. So you know it's a textual data. So what contains? We conduct in-depth interviews and focus group discussions. Now we record it. Now we have to translate and transcribe this data into Word format. So it's not only in-depth interview or focus group discussion data. So we can also use other secondary sources, data like clinical records, field notes, field diaries, etc. Now change it.
Yes, sir.
So data management include different steps like data preparation. That data preparation include transcription and translation, anonymizing the data. So these are the different steps included in the data preparation. So anonymizing data means we delete all participants' name and the places, if possible, of the working places. All the possible identifying information will be deleted. We can use pseudonyms, no issue. Sometimes people use code. I prefer to use pseudonyms. So that's the data preparation. Then developing codes and the coding data. So that is the initial stage of data analysis or data management. So we read people's experiences, their opinions, what we gain through in-depth interview or focus group discussion. When we read it, we put a label for different opinions. This labeling called codes. In quantitative research, codes like a 1, 0, 1 or 2. In qualitative research, codes is like labeling with a name for a particular piece of information. Next step is we put together different codes that will give a based on a or similar attribute Then at will get categorization. We can see the example later. So from the categorization itself, we can say we started our analysis. Then we compare different categories. Then we describe different categories. Later, at last, we link it with the theory. So this is possible. These steps are possible with the help of a software. So there are different software available right now. Let's say QD Max, in vivo. In my experiences, this transcription and translation of data is a huge monotonous job. In my experiences, for me, it took 8 to 9 hours. For a 1 hour interview, it took around 8 to 9 hours for transcription. So when you transcribe a data, you have to keep in mind that you do not lose any essential meaning of the data. So you need, if you fear that if you are translating, you will use the essential data, and then you have to depend on a expert. But you have to keep in mind that it's a verbatim report, word by word report, verbatim report. Also, make sure you are not summarizing the data. So you may get a feel that people, your participants are talking too much. So it will be better to summarize the data. That's not a good idea. Sometimes participant talks very loosely, different way. So doesn't matter. You translate the data, the verbatim. So that to keep in mind, you have to anonymize the data. Suppose if you are sharing the work with other persons, you have to share the data after anonymize it. Because that is a part of ethics. You have to take out all the identifying information, or you can give pseudo names. So let's start the coding. So usually analysis or data code management, there are 2 different steps. I mean 4 different steps. First is coding. Second is categorization. Third one is theme. Usually theme will be your research question. One of your research question can be one of your theme, or your objective can be a theme. So that means through theme you are going to address a research question. At last you are linking with the theory. Linking with the theory doesn't mean that you are going to develop a new theory. It's not possible nowadays. So what you have to do, usually what we do, we have to, what are the possible changes, what happened to a particular theory in this particular context. Maybe in Western context, some theories, we are drawing it from a Western context theory, may not be suitable for Indian context. So we have to write it. This theory is not suitable for this particular socio-political context. So linking with the theory is not always a positive side. Suppose if for a particular data set, in a particular socio-cultural context, one kind of theory is not working that particular cultural context. So then we can say this theory is going to be denied in this particular social culture context because of this reason. So denying is theory is also a theory development. So we can look how to develop codes, how to develop categories from codes, and how can it link with the theme. So first you have to know what is a code. Usually code are the topical marker for your entire data set. So that is the basic level of basic unit of information exists in our data set. So that can be people's opinions, their experiences, can be anything. So can be an idea, opinion, a particular view discussed by the participant. So there are two different types of code, basically deductive code and inductive code. So deductive codes is something like when participants answering our questions. So this it is a direct access to our question or the directly link with our conceptual framework or concepts identified in the frame. So it can be deductive codes. So some new piece of information like what we have seen, the preference for sons, that are the inductive codes or inductive concepts. Sometimes we can say it's also a code. So new piece of information will be called inductive, which is already exists in our in the literature which we have gone through. This is called a deductive code. So this is a quotation from my study. Okay, we can see how to develop a coding, how to develop. Are you able to read this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Can
sir.
I increase? 1 second. Can I increase it? Oh, okay.
Little smaller. That's okay.
Now it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an example for one of my in-depth interview from my study. So I took a paragraph. I mean, yeah. And if you can read.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, sure.
There's a question from an interviewer side. Interviewer asks, could you please tell me more about your husband, Maheshwari? He replies, it was all right. He died after 30 years of togetherness. We had no kids. We went to hospitals for treatments for having children. Finally, he decided not to do anything about it. After his death, I became alone. After my husband's death, his relatives all together decided to send me here. His husband, father's brother's daughter brought me here, told me to stay here. She said there will be no problem for me.
Okay,
Do I
thank
have
you very
to
much.
read codes as well?
No. But no. Okay. Okay. So I will explain to what context I conducted this study. So I conducted this study in a old age home in Kerala. So I interviewed around 80 years, I think. So this Maheshwari is a pseudo name I given for the study purpose. So I asked her who were their home. So how do you come here? Then I asked what is about tell me about your husband. Yeah. Then she replied this. So also I wanted to know why people how the decision making process in a different old age homes when people decide to come to a new place. Then they were in their own home, so now they decided to come to a new home, new place that is also institutional, where once they were in your family, their blood relatives, now they moved to an institutional place. They're living with the unknown persons. how a new family forming in a institutional care setting. What are the different strategies they adopted? These are the main different things I wanted to know. Additionally, also I want to know how when they moved from their home to care home, how did that decision making process happen? How it's emerging? So who decided whether the old age people living in care home decided they wanted to move to a care home, or their son, daughter, or other relative decided, how the decision making process emerging, happening, all the things I wanted to know. So in that particular context, I asked these questions. So here I just asked about her husband, but she narrated through a lot about this. Okay. So now we can. So I mark it into different color, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is for easy for purpose of business. So we had no kids, but now I am going to read the red colored marked sentences. We had no kid. We went to hospital for treatment for having children. Finally, we decided not to do anything about it. So what we get from this word, they don't have children, right?
Yeah, their decision about
Yeah.
children.
Yeah, that is also fine. So so for the entire red marking sentences, so I coded having no children, because this is information. Maybe because that she doesn't have kids, that's maybe the reason they came for nobody is to take care at home. So that's maybe the reason she came to care home. So this is the kind of information I got, having no children. That after his death, I became alone. This is another piece of information. The blue one. So after death, I became alone. So that is this another code I added, death of spies. Loneliness also other possible codes I could have added there. Loneliness. Okay. Now, okay, these are very simple codes, very easy to understand from the wording itself. Oh, okay. Third one, the orange color sentence. You look into the orange color sentence. What it is saying? After my husband's death, his relatives altogether decided to send me here. Husband, father, brother's daughter, it's like a cousin, brought me here and told me to stay here. He said there will be no problem for me. So for these two sentences or three sentences altogether there. So I put three codes for the orange letter sentences. Influences of family members, decision-making process, and power leadership. Are you able to get all these codes?
Yes.
Do you get a sense of influence of family members there from the orange color letter?
Sir, blue can be loneliness also, no?
Yeah, sure. Blue can be loneliness also. Yeah, exactly. Very nice. Good suggestion. Then now I come to the orange part. Yeah, influence of family members. Are you able to connect the code with the orange sentences?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about decision making process? Are you able to connect? Are you able to connect the decision making process in the orange letter?
Yes,
So
sir.
power relation could not understand. What is power relation relating here?
Yeah, you are okay. That will come to that. You are able to connect with the decision making process.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, power relationship, that I will tell you. So who decided here?
Father's brother's daughter.
Yeah, then
Relatives
so
of husband.
yeah, father, that is father, husband, cousin, right? Decided. Yeah, so who has more power there in the decision making? The who between the Maheshwari and her husband cousins, right, or other relatives. So also she's saying his relatives altogether decided to send me here. Yeah, in the decision making, she doesn't have that much power. That means there is a power relation existing in the family. So here there more for decision making, more roles comes from the relatives, not for this is about her life, but who has the more power in decision making? Her relatives exist, and yeah, her relatives has more power in decision making. Are you able to connect it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because usually in a family there can different kind of power relations exist. The husband, wife, husband, son, father, mother, daughter, mother, son. So this is a power relationship existing there about regarding about you based on their power relationship. They decide who will be the head of the household. So how the decision making existing their society. Suppose if woman is more powerful in decision making, then she will have her own role in decision making. Here, the Maheshwari is not that much powerful, so other people existing, the power relation existing in her house.
Sir, then we
Say
should
that
write
there are
here
other
lack of power.
Yeah, sure. That is was also fine. Because yeah, that is fine. Instead of power relation, I could have written lack of power also. Because if you are writing lack of power across the data set, so this is only one interview. Wherever you are saying, wherever you are seeing lack of power, then there are you have to use the same code for across that one. Suppose not only these sentences, maybe Mahesh may say more about her lack of powerness in the existing home. Then there also maybe in next interviews for maybe that for Anthony, he may be referring about lack of power he existed in her family. Then also we have to use the same code. The code is not only for these sentences. If you use a particular code, that is code is for entire data set. Wherever you have seen similar kind of information, they use the same code. Are you getting?
Got it. Yeah, got it, sir.
Yeah. So that's why I use this is just to know, to make you know how we have to code, what is a code, how we can arrive code, because in the orange color sentences, we coded influences of family member, decision making process, power relationship, because we read it between lines, right? Maheshwari doesn't openly said I am having this is because of the influence of other family members. Not that directly, indirectly she was saying there is a this decision making process is happening this way. I am having lack of power. Relationship exists in a society. Other family members decided my life. So
it means if we are having another second or third in-depth interview with someone else, and if they are describing their story in some similar manner, we have to take the similar quotes over there for analysis.
Yes, same code we have to use there.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, that means now you are locked with locked these sentences with these three codes, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Suppose some days you may have for a one code you may have at the end of if you have 25 in-depth interview. Once you finish coding for the entire data set, you may for single code you may sometimes you may have 30 codes. One code you may have 30 sentences like this. Sometimes the same code can be repeated in the same interview many times.
This thing we couldn't understand, like codes.
Hello? The same code can be repeated in same. This one code can be repeated same interview many times. Are you getting?
If we are taking 30 in-depth interviews, so there will be how many codes, sir?
Yeah, that we can. So some codes can suppose influence of a family member or decision making process can be repeated 3, 4, 5 times in the same interview.
Okay, sir.
Are you getting?
So the codes are made according to the questions that we are putting, right?
Excuse me?
This particular, I think these codes which we are showing in this particular question, this question is having, these codes are basically based on this particular question, right?
No, the codes are for particular question also, but in this question codes can be open for other codes or other questions also. Wherever you see the similar kind of information, then you use the code.
But if you are taking the responses like for say 50 respondents, the question will remain same for all those 50%. Respondents.
Not depend. Suppose she's not. Suppose the Maheshwari is not married. How can I ask about her husband?
But broadly, the questions would be remain same because we are already framing. If it is a structured interview, then the questions
that's
are
why qualitative interview. Yeah, that's why qualitative interview is a semi-structured. It's not. It's a very not like a rigid manner. So we know what are the different concepts you wanted to address in the through your questions. So depends on participants. Varies on participants. Question may change.
Okay. So according to the questions, the codes will be framed, right?
No. According to answer, code will be changed.
Sorry, sir.
According to the answer.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. According to the answer.
Yeah. He actually in here I didn't. I just could you tell me about your husband? That's only I asked. When I asked this question, what I mean, what was her husband doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
When did he die?
Actually, I related it with question. That's my fault. I meant to say that it would be framed according to the answers.
Yes. Actually, what he said was very relevant for me, even though I meant only for a beginning, how to just start to make a good rapport with the beginning of interview. So, in fact, I want all this information. If you have not told the information here, I might have asked it later. Point of view about influence of decision-making process. That doesn't matter because we are coding according to participants' answer, not according to our question.
Yeah, right, sir.
Yeah. Suppose if you think that if I ask the same question to another participants, their answer might be different.
Yes,
then
sir.
I can't use these questions.
Yes.
Well, I can use these codes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now this is the basic. So now we have done what we have done is coding. This is the minute basic unit of information. So now what we have to do? Different codes together become a category based on common attribute. I will show you. Sometimes code category also have different names. Code family, code group. So this is you may have different codes. Same code now change it, right? Slide have changed it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is now you are in data analysis, inductive theory development, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So first you will code all the data sets. So you may have different codes. One code can be part of different category. So one code can be part of two codes, two category, three category. So different code together became a category. And different category will lead to link with that concept. Usually the concept or theme will be your research question. I'll show you. Okay, what we can see. So my research question, what are the different pathways or objectives? What are the different pathways of older adults towards care home? That is the one thing I wanted to analyze. So I completed my coding across all the data sets. Yeah. Then so based on a common attribute, that means different places lived. When I coded, I got a feeling that these older people living in care home, they have not only lived in care home in their older life, they have lived many places. So this is not just a home to care home process. In between, they have lived many places. So there are different reasons for them to change one place to another. There are different people involved in their decision making. So this all together became a theme, pathways of older adult towards care home. First, I conducted coding itself. So different codes I got, places lived, migration. You can see places lived, migration, return of migration. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Rented houses, ancestral home.
So can you increase size a little bit more?
Okay. No?
Now it's better.
Thank you. Thank you. Because what I wanted to know, one is my research question, or we can say it's
Sir,
a
it is
theme.
cutting from the left
What are the
side.
different?
We are not able to see the category code family side. Just little bit if you can zoom in.
No?
No, sir.
Perfect.
You want to minimize the size. Just decrease a little bit more, sir.
No?
Yeah, fine, sir.
I have a set of codes that describes what are the different places people, old age people, elderly people live it. So sometimes why they are living because of return migration. So migration, their house, ancestral home, rented places, religious places. So these are different places they live it before they reaching care home. So that's why different places live it. So I got an idea about based on a common attribute, place lived. I formed this category, different places lived. Are you getting how I?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in different places lived, what are the codes?
Places lived, migration, return migration, home, rented house, ancestral home, occupation related place, hostel, religious place, and care homes.
So okay, these are the different places elderly people lived before they come to care homes. Or sometimes they have changed many care homes. Some older elderly people have changed 4 or 5 care homes. So it's always, it's not a linear process like what usually people think, that from home then move to a care home. It's not like that. In between there are many places. It's a very complex process. So next category, reason for change in place of residences, right?
Yeah.
So now they are different. They lived many places. Suppose one older lived in their home, then moved to a rented home, then moved to a religious place, then moved to a occupational places, then moved to care homes. Around 5 or 6 places he changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. For even for all these changes making, there is a decision making process in there. There will be some other people also influencing the decision making process. So I wanted to why did they change? So that is a common attribute. So based on common attribute, so I put together different codes. So what are the codes? Abuses, loneliness, linked movement. Linked movement in sense, suppose when couple moves, suppose husband is not well, the wife is not physically that much not able to take care, or wife is not well, husband is not able to physically not well enough to take care wife. So then couple move. So actually the reason for moving is for husband, but automatically wife or partner also moves. This kind of move called linked movement. Death of spouse. So cost for independent living. Some people, when elderly thinks that is, so why should I depend on my daughter or brother, son-in-law or daughter-in-law? I can have my own independent living in a better, what we can say, like retirement home. So that's why. That's the independent living. Change in care relationship within the household. So change in family value, health issues, migration of children, need for care, having no children. So these are the different reasons we can say people move to care homes. So likewise, the decision making process also involve different peoples or different education also influencing decision making for process, income, work, autonomy, gender and power relationship exist in a family, cultural norms, decision making, influences of family, influences of relative, influence of religious leaders, influence of others also. So others means maybe like a friends, distant relatives. So all this together will give an idea about a decision making process. So now we get three kind of category, different places or adult lived, and why they change it from one place to place. Then who are the people involved in decision making? What is the gender and power relationship exists in a family for the decision making? How their autonomy help them to make a decision? Are they able to decide themselves or the other family members' decision take place in their next moment? So all this explained here. So all these category, three category will together give an idea about pathways of or towards care home. So are you able to connect it? How codes are linked with the category?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to connect how categories is addressing a research question?
Yes, sir.
Or theme? So this is from small step to higher step, then next level higher step. This is where we move. So usually in a, what we can say in a grounded theory, we can call it a principles of grounded theory. From first we started with a small step coding, then we move to another higher steps, that is category, then move to another higher steps, that is addressing a theme. So final step is one more is there, that is linking the theme with the what we can say theory. So usually what we do after this, we have to, after we get a thick description, we at category level, we write a thick description of categories by description and comparing different categories across the data set. So then we will get an idea about how a rural woman different from that of urban woman. That means you may have different category, subgroups also. Why, for example, how the public health care accessibility of rural woman is different from that of an urban woman. So you may have different subgroup for our study. So all this will comes in this thick description. If you go to a thick describe your category, you will get idea. I'll show you. After this, I will show you how what is a thick description. So usually description of a category help you to identify issues. Comparison across subgroups will you help you to refine your issues or people's experiences. So this is a process. Conceptualization is the linking with the categories and codes, comparing different codes and linking with the theory. I'll show you. Are you able to read this?
Yes, sir. No.
No. No?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
So if you can read this.
My God. May I?
Yeah, sure.
Me and my husband had to dream to build a new house for us. To have a new house was my everlasting ambition. One day I asked my husband to buy a new lamp for our new house, which we were going to build. That evening, the same day, he bought a new lamp and gave it to me. When I opened the cover, I saw it was not the kind of lamp I meant. I meant a traditional lamp which we used to light up with fire every day in the morning and evening. What he bought was a hanging lamp. I didn't say anything and I didn't ask to replace it. What I thought was, anyway, this is the first thing we bought for our new home, so no need to change it. Now my husband is no more. We don't have children and I am here in this place. Now this lamp is the memory of our unbuilt house. Is it unbuilt, sir?
Hello?
Even for a
Yes.
single day, I didn't light up the lamp. No, I am not going to light it up in the future too. What is the need of it? Let it be with me here as a memory of our unbuilt home and as a memory of my husband. I wanted to give the lamp to any temple, but not in the immediate future anymore. Later only. Here is the old age home. Nobody knows about it. Even my roommates or Mason do not know. I kept the lamp in a cover and put it in an iron truck box and placed it in the Elmira close very safely. Sometimes, if I am alone in the room, I would take it out lamp. I would take out the lamp from the Elmira for a while and have a look at it, and very soon wrapped it up and placed it again in the Elmira older adult widow, 75 years old. Sorry.
Thank you very much. This is the lamp. This is about her cherished possession. So which she bought from her home when we moved to a care home. So this is she's keeping it in memory of an unfulfilled dream of having a new home, or from her, after her death, husband death, also part of husband memory. So this is a cherished possession. Usually, when people move to care homes, they can bring a very huge things with them. So they usually select very selective, lightweight, or very controlled. They can carry with them. So such possessions. So that possession became very cherishing for them for their later life. So that means there are a lot of meanings, feelings attached with this possession. So memory of there could be a sorrow, there could be angriness, there could be happiness. So different feelings attached with these possessions. So that became their, that is also part of well-being. So being close to this possession is the part of a well-being of their psychological well-being, emotional well-being, new place. So these are the things I want to show you here. Yeah. So also I wanted to say about my positionality here, because as a researcher, I had two positionality here. One is insider positionality, one is outsider positionality. So I am able to take this picture because the participant here, the older lady here, she had a trust on me because I am an outsider. Nobody in home knows about this possession because she's also sharing the one room with other two inmates. I mean, other two older adults. Then even they doesn't know. They don't know the older adult is possessing such a cherished memory with the hair, hanging lamp is with the hair. So, she, because I got the, she allowed me to take a photo of this lamp because she knows I am an outsider. Yeah, I will go after 2 days after the interview, so there won't be any harmful for her if this shows to me. So because of my positionality as a researcher, of my positionality as an outsider, as a my personality will able to help me to got this picture. If I am an insider, I won't be able to get this picture. So this is how we have to reflect our positionality, how it helped in data collection process. Some days being an outsider is helpful. Some days being an outsider is not that much helpful. It's okay. And you can read this also, then you will get an idea how we can link it with the theory. Hello?
Yeah, yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. Is it was? You can see this one?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Oh. Can you please read loudly?
Yes, of course. Cherished possessions can also be associated with sorrows and unfulfilled ambitions. Building a home is a cultural schema linked with safety and security. The hanging lamp that Maheshwari cherished is embedded with memories of her husband and their unfulfilled dreams of building a new home. This lamp represents together Maheshwari and her husband's dream of having a home for security, a higher level schema. Building a home is a motivation to attain the cultural schema of security. Not all the possessions represent pride and happiness. There are possessions that also represent unfulfilled life desires. And the cherished possessions linked with the memories provide the owner with a sense of comfort and connection in a new place of setting.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is the where we have to link a text with the theories. So here I incorporated two theories. So one is cultural schema. Another one is how a sense of comfortness and connection in new place or settings develop. That's by from Koger and Adir. So I incorporated these two literature or theories in this piece of text. So this is the test. So that has when it linked with the theory, this test changed to, or when the explanation to this test changed to like this.
This slide is after linking the theory, right?
Yes, this is slide is after linking the theory. Both will be there. One is before. One is usually there is a poster at the time of data collection. That one. So after analyzing theory, after linking with the theory, the second slide one.
Sir, didn't hear you. Can you just come again once again?
Hello.
Hello. What did you say just now, sir? Can you just repeat it once again?
Yeah, once more. Okay. This one, this test, right? This is as the test time of data collection. This is after linking with the theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a final test.
Yes.
Or we can say this is the explanation to the first quotations.
Okay.
How a cherished possession help her to get a sense of comfortness in a new place or settings. Why people bring cherished possession to care homes, how it helpful for them, or how it contributed for a sense of comfortness in new setting. So this is only one example here. There are other people also. Other people also have different kinds of possessions like pride, happiness. Here in the example, I choose about sorrow. Okay. Any question?
No, sir.
Or you would like to see how to coding in Atlas TA?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Would you like to tell us about NVivo also?
I don't know about NVivo. I mean, I don't know since I have not practiced with NVivo. So
NVivo is tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. Usually I do work with Atlas TA. You have Vivo with you?
NVivo will be taken tomorrow by Dr. Dipti
Not
Govil.
right now.
Okay.
Sir, do we need to install that software first
No,
before the
This
session?
is, no. For this is okay. I can. No need to install.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. I'll show you in a second. First, let me see whether you are able to see it. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Wow. What you can see?
AI
Your
summaries
project.
data.
Okay. So this is the open page of Atlas TA. Okay. Now you can see.
Yes.
You can see my cursor. No.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now it is on new project, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We can write new project. What your institution BC IPS. Okay.
Sir, please show the opening link first.
How? Because it's already installed one, right? So this is already installed one. If you try to double click, it will open like this.
Is it a free version, sir?
No, okay. This can be a free version for trial purpose. This is not trial. No, I am going to continue with the limited mode because.
Do you have a crack version with you to give us, sir?
Which one?
Crack version?
I don't have a crack version with me. Even in this one also a limited version. Earlier I have one with the when I was under university, the University of Groningen. I have one. Now it's got expired. In our department, I plan to buy a new one. So this is also not a this is also unlicensed version. So what do you do? This is the opening page of a project. So you have different icon here, documents, codes, network, document groups, all will come here. First we have to add documents. You can add documents one by one, or you can add a bulk of document together. So first add document, add file. Okay. So I'm going to add this one. So automatically so you can see no document added. Can you see about? Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now you can see now documents 1. That means 1 document added. Yeah. Go to home and add again. Add file. You can see add more document. Sharada. So how do you code this? Now 2 documents are. Tell me about yourself, Lalita. I'm going to, yeah.
Hello. Thanks.
So I'm going to select. Okay, this is education. Select from question. Okay. I select, you can see the blue covered part. So here you can see my cursor, apply codes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the new window open that you can see. A small new window next to the.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you can see, we have to add codes. What are the possible codes you can identify from the selected part? That is about education.
Education. Fine arts.
Finance. Okay. Bachelor. The fine arts means there will be very few people have opted for fine arts. Yeah.
Hyderabad.
Yeah. What Hyderabad? What do you have to for say? This Hyderabad is not enough. Education, bachelor. He has not completed bachelor. What do you think? We can write bachelor. Or you want to skip this?
You guide us, sir.
Yeah.
Please, you guide us.
There is because it is not necessary that the same code I apply should be the same to yours one. Can be different one, but meaning should be the. That's one. For me, there is not this sentence is not that much informal. Maybe I can bachelor. Some people argue that she has not completed bachelor, so I cannot say we cannot written bachelor. So should I write bachelor or not?
Bachelor, sir.
Okay. Oh, that's this income.
Where are you writing, sir?
Apply codes. Now, no codes will come. 1 second. Now you can see bachelor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so one in there. Then we'll go some serious test. I don't have time that much. Yeah. So I selected this part. What are the possible codes you can sense here? Okay, it's okay. This is all their old story. We'll come to the. Here we can say something. Children, right?
Children.
Applied. Then anything more about children?
Four.
One is daughter.
Migration of children.
Yes, sir.
So that's okay. That's it. What they are said economically. Economically independent. Or financially. Okay, are you right?
Own house.
Yeah, they got the I can add more. Suppose once again. Okay. Okay. Okay, now. Okay, this much. What are the possible codes we can? Again, migration.
Migration.
Same code. So this is the one. Yeah. We can say already codes are listed here. Migration. I can go this to here. That is another way. Then
Health issues.
health issue of whom?
Her husband.
Then next. I all linked movement. His husband is not well. To take care. Unable to manage on. Or partner.
foundation search. So,
Yeah. Husband decision. She's also approved. Yeah. Help from relatives.
so what is the role of this foundation here?
Found which foundation?
It's very small actually.
Okay.
Travancore Foundation, I think.
Okay. That's a place there. It's a luxurious care home.
Travancore Foundation.
Yeah. That's a place they're living. It's a care home. Okay. Okay, this is enough for right now. Okay, I'll show you how to how to create a category. For that, you have to go to code groups. So start new code group. So reason to category create. So now you have to click there. You have to decide what are the codes you wanted to put into category. Health issues, husband, help from relatives, migration of children, and to manage partner. So I put all these 4 codes together category. This is the way we have to create category. Next step is go to analyze, go to query tool. So click the category here, go to report and full content, because now there will be one paragraph. Full content. There will be one paragraph, suppose. Usually we do this analysis after all the coding and the categorization. It's only 2 quotations from 2 paragraphs. Wherever you apply these codes in the category that you have selected and then return back. So then we save it like how do we save it in Word form? We save this one and we write a thick description. I will show you how this description looks like. I'll show you a thick how it look like. Stop sharing. I can't. Sorry, I am not able to. Sorry, I am not able to share the description. Suppose if you any of you give your ID, or I will tell Rajan sir or Sunita to send you the description. I can share with them.
Okay, sir. No problem.
Yeah, I can share the discussion with Dr. Sunita.
Okay, no problem, sir. No issue.
Yeah. Right, thank you. So one thing you have to remember, whatever the software use, it will only help you to manage your data. First, the selecting theory, linking with the theory, it's all part of this other side of that won't computer or any software won't help you to identify theory or linking with the theory.
Sir, isn't it quantitative data analysis more easy than qualitative data analysis, which I found during the FDPs?
That people are very much more good in analytical
So your voice is breaking.
Yeah, voice is breaking, sir. We couldn't understand what you spoke, sir. Please reply again.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Because that depends on against background and their orientation. Some people are good in mathematical analysis, so for them quantitative is easy. Some people are very good at analysis, for them qualitative is fine. So suppose if you are writing a what policy makers report for policy makers, then you no need to go for all the steps for till theory developments. So you just need to describe what you have seen in the field. What are the possible suggestions for new policy formation? That's enough. For a policy perspectives, ministers or secretaries, we are submitting the report to ministers or secretary level. They are not interested with any theories. So again, it depends on who is your partner or reader. So whether suppose if you are writing a thesis for PhD level, then linking with the theory is enough, essential. Or if you are doing a mixed method, suppose one side you have qualitative data, one side you have quantitative data. So we are going to back up the qualitative data with the quantitative data. Then there is no need for theory development.
Sir, as you said, for human behavior, we have to do qualitative study. Can we do quantitative study also?
Human behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So now you have theory or reason that you have seen, right? Actually, this is a quantitative theory.
Yeah.
They use it for qualitative purpose. That's possible.
Okay, sir. Thank you. It was really wonderful session, sir. We learned a lot today.
Thank you. Okay, then we can wind up here.
Yes, sir.
So I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Nikhil from the Population Research Center for enlightening us on qualitative research design and data management. He also talked about coding and analysis and how to link theory with the outcome. And he given the practical examples related with a specific research and in-depth steps which we need to undertake while developing a qualitative research design. Thank you so much, sir. It was wonderful to have you here, and I hope you have done a lot of justice with the theory as well as with the analysis part. I'm sure most of the participants must have benefited from your in-depth knowledge of the subjects. Thank you so much, sir.
Dr. Nikhil, do you have that book by Hutter and Ajay Bailey?
I have a book of my personal copy with me.
Do you have
Suppose
soft
I have
copy,
a book. I don't know. You can ask to Ajay because I think 2 years back they have the second edition. I have the first edition one. I think that is available in market. Suppose, but your last session is with Ajay is going to take the last section. That's one of the author.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
In fact, Ajay and Inga are my supervisors for my PhD.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. Tomorrow the session will start same at 2 p.m. and I would request all participants to join in time so that we can start the session in time. Tomorrow is introduction to NVivo and analysis using NVivo. It will be taken by Dr. Dipti Govil. She is from International Institute for Population Science, Mumbai. She will be giving us insight about the NVivo software and how to use this NVivo software for qualitative research. Thank you so much, Nikhil sir, and all the participants. We have really benefited from your in-depth knowledge. Thank you all. So I would request every person to leave the.
Thank you, a heartfelt thank you to Dr. Shamsher sir for his gracious vote of thanks. With that, we officially conclude our session. Thank you all for your active participation, and we look forward to our continued journey in qualitative research. Until next time, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil sir. Thank you so very
Dr.
much.
Nikhil.
It was very elaborative. Thank you.
So let's all leave the meeting.
Yes, sir.